Guys, today is day 25 of the Gratitude Gym. And today, I'm very thankful to inspirations. A lot of people will tell you you should follow your inspirations and only take actions that feel inspiring to you. And I totally agree with that because that is really the most efficient way to be aligned with who you are, to be aligned with your highest destiny. When you take action from a place of inspiration, your actions are the most powerful kind. It will bring about the most powerful outcomes. However, I feel like a lot of times, lots of us are confused about what inspiration really is. What does it entail, really? Now, some people would say following your inspirations means following what feels good. And I cannot disagree more with this. Because actually, a lot of times it's the complete opposite. The inspiration that you may be getting may feel very, very inconvenient. And it would take a lot of you. It would take a lot of courage of you to actually follow that inspiration. Because the true inspiration is it's always asking you to step out of your comfort zone. And to your small human part of yourself, the comfort zone is what feels good. You do not ever want to get out of it, right? Although it's nowhere contributing to your highest growth. So in most cases, I feel if you want to take actions based on what you feel inspired to do, it's always taking a lot of you. It's asking a lot from you, and it rarely feels comfortable or good. So, but there are cases, when you should follow what feels good. For example, a lot of us, we've been used to living life primarily fulfilling our social expectations of ourself, of our social identity. And we've been so used to suppressing what we truly desire, what we truly need and truly want for ourselves. And in those cases, then the inspiration would be to follow what really feels good, right? To do things that bring you pleasure. But even in those cases, it's the feel good thing is kind of mixed, because when you do things that brings you pleasure in that situation, it always feels scary, right? It's because it's violating what you were accustomed to expecting from yourself. So that's why that was a huge growth point for people in that scenario. And for other people, for the rest of us, maybe what we need is to build the inner strength, the inner power to follow through on what we promised of ourselves. And in that case, that kind of inspiration will make you not only not feel good, but probably feel very sucky most of the time. For example, if you've never exercised a single day in your whole life and your doctor orders you to go to the gym every day, it would not feel good, right? It would suck. But still, that is your next point of growth. And if you follow that, you will step out of your comfort zone and become a bigger version of yourself. But it doesn't feel good at all. And similarly, when we feel called to break up from a relationship that we feel very attached to, or when we feel called to leave a career that no longer serves us, that kind of thing, not only do they not feel good, it probably feels disastrous. It really will take every ounce of your courage to make that kind of action happen. So I totally do not agree with the notion that inspiration is what feels good. It's most of the time I feel it's the opposite. Now, instead, I feel that, the gauge of what is true inspiration is this. Do you feel challenged? Do you feel a part of you is feeling threatened, but somehow on a bigger level, you just know it is the right thing to do? And for me, that is true inspiration. And I'm very, very grateful to that kind of inspiration that I receive. I wouldn't say it's on a daily basis, but it's quite often. Exactly because of those inspirations, I'm able to step outside of myself, my old self, and embrace a newer and bigger identity again and again and again. And that's what inspiration is for. And also, I'm grateful for the courage and the wisdom that I've been given in those cases where I feel called to step up. Because of those qualities that I'm given, I was able to take actions to follow my inspirations. On the other hand, I'm also grateful to those cases when I did not have the courage to follow the inspirations that, could have been the right thing to do. Because without those scenarios, I wouldn't have come to the conclusion that, that is not the way I want to live. Because there has to be some contrast of different scenarios in order for us to learn and grow, right? So I'm thankful, very thankful to those cases when I didn't follow through on my inspirations and I didn't muster the courage and the insight and the faith and the trust to follow a particular inspiration. At the end of the day, it's all good. Okay, so this is day 25 of the Gratitude Gym. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends. I'll see you tomorrow.